3 Muslim charities have launched a crowdfunding campaign after 8 predominantly black churches were burned after the Charleston shootings, where Dylan Roof killed 9 parishioners at the historic Emanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church in Charleston. So far, they've raised over $62,000, bringing them closer to their goal of $100,000. That's a lot of money that they're raising here, doing a lot of great things for the community. Very glad to see this happening. Here are the 3 charities that have launched this. It's called Respond with Love campaign online. They're the ones raising all the money. The 3 are the Muslim Anti-Racism Collaborative, the Arab American Association of New York, and third, the Ummah Wide. Now, I went on their website and I found one sentence, or a few sentences on there that really resonated with me. They said, "We must always keep in mind that the Muslim community and the black community are not different communities. We are profoundly integrated in many ways, in our overlapping identities, and in our relationship to this great and complicated country." Now, one might look at this and say, wow, how interesting, you know, that these Muslim charities are coming together. They don't care what religion it is. They're raising all this money, trying to get these people back in their houses of worship. I think it's really cool, and I think, you know, it's America in a nutshell.
I mean, it is amazing that they're doing this. The really vulnerable time that people find themselves in when their church burns down, it's such an intrinsic part of their identity. But looking at the motivation as to why, they see themselves more as co-black instead of as part of one, you know, melting pot of a religious community. They're not basing it on religion. They're basing it more on race. That's my takeaway from their motivation and how they all identify as being a prejudiced group, and therefore they're reaching out that way. These churches, 8 of which have burned to the ground. The FBI was looking at one in particular, the Mount Zion Episcopal Methodist Church in Greeleyville. And they're saying that lightning actually caused that fire, not arson. So, you know, lots of fires going on, but not necessarily everybody's a victim of arson here. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
No, that's very true. I mentioned earlier that 8 churches have been burned down, and it's definitely worth noting that not everyone has been, you know, cited as arson. But without a doubt, we see black churches being targeted a lot, especially recently, whether it is arson or not. But one thing that I want to talk about here is, you know, another benefit of this. I'm not questioning their motives at all here. I'm not saying that there's, you know, something that the Muslim groups here are getting out of this, because I think it's with pure love that they're doing this. But another thing is the PR. Definitely the PR that is just another side benefit from all this. They're getting really good press. A lot of people are talking about it, and for once, you hear good things associated with the Muslim community, because in this country, a lot of the times when you hear about Islam on the news, it's not necessarily a good thing. And I think that's helping them a lot here. I
mean, there is that caveat to this, Nick. I mean, this is generating a lot of good press for them, and you're absolutely right. They haven't seen a lot of good press, especially lately, and that might be at the helm of why this is happening as well.
Also, it's the time of Ramadan. It is a time to give to charity and celebrate all the good in the world. The fundraiser will stay open until July 18th in an effort to meet their goal of 100,000. So let's see how they do. I hope they do great. We want to know what you guys think about all this. Muslim charities raising money for the churches that burned down. Let us know by commenting below, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the Lip TV 2 for more.